podcast with me is UAE's favorite award-winning influencer, one of UAE's first YouTube dance content creator, and also running her own studio, NKD, Nidhi Kumar.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Nidhi, for coming on board. I know you have had a rough day. We always see on your stories how busy you are. Thank you so much for finding time for us.
Always. I'm super excited to be here, and we're going to have some fun.
Yes, please. So, Nidhi, how has the past couple of months been? You have been on a roll. You've been, bagging great projects, winning influencer awards.
Yeah.
How has it been?
It's been absolutely amazing. I mean, first and foremost, I really want to tell you this. I tell almost in every podcast, I don't like the word influencer.
Oh, yes.
I am an influencer as in, yes, I do influence people, and I know that.
Yeah.
It does happen. I don't like that word though. I like to call myself a content creator, which is great.
Yeah.
That is my job profession.
Okay.
And teacher. So that's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
It has been like I've been swamped. The past few months have been
Very
too
visibly
crazy.
so. Yeah.
Too crazy. I feel like the thing is that I kind of have a goal and I want to achieve that goal before I'm 30, which is Forbes 30 under 30. I want to get that. So I am like
that's high hopes. Yeah.
So like I'm on a roll. Like I want to do everything that I can.
We can see that you seem to be all over the place.
I am.
When we watch your stories, I'm like, how many hours do you really have in a day?
I want more. Everybody says, and you need more than 24 hours. I believe that too. 24 hours is so less for me. I can't.
Mashallah. Yeah. So, and like when you said you don't really endorse the term influencer.
Yeah.
Because I also follow a lot of influencers on social media, of course, like who doesn't? But
Of course.
And what we see from influencers is likely they influence your decisions in some way. Maybe they tend to promote a restaurant, a lifestyle, a makeup brand. But then I don't quite see that you doing that as much.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you have been getting these awards, right? So
True.
you probably, if anything, you are influencing.
True.
It is the hustling mentality.
Exactly. I feel like, obviously, see, in the technical blogging terms, I am an influencer. That's what everybody addresses me as.
So how long have you been doing that? Since you started the studio? No, obviously before that.
It's before that. It's been 6 years now since I've been on social media. Influencing, obviously, when I became popular is when, and that's when I started getting brand campaigns, and then I started endorsing brands, all of that.
I think probably the first one would be where you were identified on the Chris Fade show, right?
Oh,
That's
no,
when they had that
was-
campaign, of the best influencer.
True, but that was,
did they have,
I mean, that
but
was
you were
way
popular.
after.
Yeah, but you were popular before that. But I think
Yeah.
that is the one that actually started categorizing the best,
Yeah, I mean, not the, I mean, that one was still much after everything that I was recognized for. It wasn't the start of my thing, but I mean, in the UAE, when I was named as the best influencer, it obviously became like, oh wait, what? You know?
Exactly.
But I mean, before that, also, I mean, way too many years before that, I'd already started working, and I was already working on campaigns. I worked with the biggest brands in the UAE, everything. So, like, I feel like just that acknowledgement was what, like, I was like, wow. I mean, I was shocked.
So how do you feel now? It's been consistent.
Yeah.
Is it a validation for your efforts?
Definitely. I feel like I would not be where I am without my family, which is my family being my audience, which I call Nidhi's fam.
Yes. Nice what a loyal follower I am.
So I wouldn't be where I am without Nidhi's fam. I feel like they kept me consistent because influencers, bloggers, content creators can get irrelevant like this.
Absolutely.
Because there are millions of creators coming in every day.
And for the past, I think for the past 6 months, I don't know if it's since I moved to Dubai, but the past 6 months, there's been this influx of influencers on my page.
During lockdown.
During
so
lockdown,
I feel like that everybody became an influencer. Everybody
so how do you differentiate yourself?
I mean, that's one. My USP is my audience because I connect to them every single day. They are like my family. And this is not something that I know everybody says, oh, audience is my family, but they're actually my family. I know everything about them personally. I can pick them out of a crowd. I know their names.
Wow.
I am very personally attached to them. They tell me their stories. They DM me if they have any problem. If they have exams going on, they be like, I don't know what to do. I'm depressed. Like the stories
you respond to these?
each one. And I respond to every comment on every day of every post of mine. So it's all me, and I've done that for 6 years, and that is why I'm so exhausted. But I wouldn't have it any other way because they've got me till here.
Yeah. So, and you have such a busy life, like physically you're doing dancing all over the place, and then you individually, like you said, you're replying to each comment. Do you reach a saturation point?
Definitely. I mean, my first mental breakdown happened last year, which was pretty bad. I was driving on Sheikh Zayed Road. And I started shivering and I started bursting out crying, and then I couldn't control my car, so I stopped on the yellow and I called my friend Harshita, who's literally like my sister, and I was bawling for 2 hours. I didn't move from there. I was just there. I was like, I don't want to dance anymore. I can't do this anymore. I was like, this is it for me. I don't want to put my face, because I'm always in front of the camera. And even if I'm walking in a mall with my mom, like, oh, And then again, I'll have to be all smiling, and I don't want to smile sometimes when I'm not in the mall with my mom.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like the
Understandably
saturation, the saturation definitely comes because you do this every day for 15, 16 hours. I don't have offs.
You work on Sundays as well.
I work on Saturday, Sundays. I work on every day. On my off days from the studio, which is like 2 days, I'm shooting content for my campaigns. So, because I have 2 careers. So, it does get saturated, but I feel like I love doing what I do. And that is what keeps me going.
Yeah, and also after a point when you reach that level, like you're not ideally the typical celebrity like in movies, but then that's the kind of feel you get, right? When you go out, when you have people identify you, recognize you.
Definitely. It's an amazing feeling. I mean, it's been happening for years now.
Yeah.
But every time somebody recognizes me, I'm like, oh shit, is it me? It still happens. Because I want to put my head needs to be on the ground. I can't let all of this, I will never let all of this affect me or like put me in the sky. My dad has taught me one thing, to be humble and stay here. Because if you go up really fast, you will fall down really fast also.
Really
so I stay on the ground, always.
So, but then, which brings me to, how do you think like you evolved from who you were?
I have evolved, I think the main thing I have evolved in, everything else remained the same. I think the way I've worked, I mean, before I used to wake up at 4 a.m. and start working when I started my career because I left my full-time job to do this full-time. So
what were you doing before this?
I was working at a very big MNC. So the moment I graduated, I got a job as a marketing manager at an MNC in Dubai.
But then it was not like you grew up aspiring to be a dancer.
No, I grew up aspiring to be a dancer.
So that
Since I was a child. Yeah,
so is this
actor-dancer.
Actor-dancer, yeah. So you wanted to be a Bollywood actress.
Since I was a child.
Because
nothing changed.
I read somewhere you said that you weren't really a trained dancer.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a trained dancer. In the sea of trained dancers, I'm not trained at all.
Yeah.
I took...
So that's what I was thinking, like, so is this a career path that you would have chosen? Because you didn't seem to have taken the, like, ideally expected steps, right?
True. But I've been wanting to be a dancer and an actor since I was a child. That has never changed. And then I, achieved it. But then the moment I graduated, I got a job at an MNC. In 6 months, I quit.
So what did you graduate in?
Media and communications.
Perfect. So it all adds up, right?
Exactly.
It works well for you.
So I was pretty smart about it. I'm a very calculative. I know exactly what I want. I did media and communication bachelor because education is important.
Of course, yeah, yes, please,
It is important. Like, no matter what. That's why I took a line and I did my bachelor's in a line that is closer to my line. And education is important, guys. Like, don't just be like, mujhe abhi padhai chhod ke mujhe sirf nachna hai.
Yeah, or mujhe sirf influencer banna hai.
You need to have a backup. It's very important. It's a smart thing to do. So that's why I did media and communications and
and then you just quit and you started the studio. But you didn't start a studio, right?
No.
So
I worked for 6 months and I couldn't do it anymore. Because while I'm working on the laptop, I'm like, I need to go home and do some choreography. Like, I couldn't, the songs going on in my head. Like,
and then you can envision the steps that you would put in.
Literally, that was happening while I was at work. And I was like, I can't do this. I need to take the steps. So I quit, did my first ever YouTube video in my hall of my house. I kept like a bar
So that was
stool.
what you quit towards. You said, okay, this is what I'm going to do.
I want to dance.
Wow.
And then we'll see what happens. Like, I was pretty new, right?
Pretty new. And it's not like you had any responsibilities that you had to cater to.
Literally.
Like, you had to live your life.
Literally. And Dubai had no one who would dance on social media.
So that is what, it's so interesting because in this region, at least, okay, now for the past couple of years, okay, we've opened
up. That's wood.
And we've boomed. And like, a lot of things, in a lot of ways, or the dance and all this culture has opened up a lot.
Yes.
But then back then, probably when you started, maybe like 6 years
no
ago.
one.
Yeah, there was no one. So you had the first mover advantage as well. And how well do you think this was viable? How do you think it would work?
Nothing. I was a child. I just graduated from
experimenting.
college. I just got out of college. I was 22. And then I was like, let's do this. So literally in my hall, I kept a bar stool, kept 4 books, put my camera, shot Kala Chashma.
Wow. See, clearly, that's how you start. You have humble beginnings.
Literally. I shot Kala Chashma and then that hit 2.9 million views, my first YouTube video.
Wow.
And then I said, there's no looking back. And from that day till now, it's been 6 years. I'm so tired. But yeah, then we opened my own studio.
You do like your own choreography?
Yes, everything. Yeah. I mean, obviously, like I choreograph. I'm a teacher too. I've been a teacher before I was a dancer. I started teaching when I was in the 10th grade.
Yeah, so how did you think about starting this? Let me tell you, whenever I saw NKD, I always thought it was Nidhi Kumar Dance Studio.
But everybody thought that. No, that's the whole idea though. Because it's my brand.
Yeah,
so
and
it's
then
NKD, but it's Naach Ke Dikha. So it's a very smart thing that I did because NKD, everybody knows me as NKD. That's my brand.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is under my brand, but it's not Nidhi Kumar.
It's not Nidhi. Yeah, Naach Ke Dikha. Who would have thought?
I would not be Nidhi Kumar Dance Studio. Please. I would never do such a cringy thing.
No, but then, that is, I think, me and a lot of people like
everybody
me.
thought. It's not everybody
But the intent is not cringe.
Yeah, but it's smart, right?
Yeah, it's smart, very smart.
I was like,
obviously, you created a brand, but then no, it's not my name. It's
it's Aaj Ke Dekha.
Yeah. So, and then how did it go? Like when you started the studio, did you get enough students initially?
I mean, definitely, because like I said, I played very smart. Everything was smart and calculated. I only opened
Do you
a
have any
studio.
guidance? Who was guiding you?
My dad.
Okay.
He's the master businessman. Everything.
And were they
that I
okay
have.
that with you leaving your job?
Definitely. Okay, no. So all of these timelines are very different. I left my job years ago.
Okay.
Years and years ago. This was opened only last year.
Oh yeah.
So I left my job years and years ago.
Just started your YouTube channel.
Yes, and then I was doing social media.
Were they
and
okay with that?
Yeah,
Because social media was not used
They're all
then.
into dancing.
Ah, okay. The whole family.
My
is into
family has
dancing.
been so supportive. Only because of them I'm here. They're so supportive. They used to take me for dance studios and everything.
Wow.
And plus I was a brilliant student. I was a topper in school and college. So they were not worried. I was chilling. I was working. And then I was doing social media. I boomed on social media. 2019, I moved to Mumbai for my career. Full boxes, everything. Stayed in Mumbai for a year.
What is the career you were looking at? Actress?
Dancing and acting.
Dancing and
And I got an offer from Netflix when I was there. I declined it for several reasons.
Oh.
It was a whole story that I've spoken about it like a couple of times.
Yeah, I know. I've seen you on the trailers and all of that. Yeah.
No, but that Netflix thing I declined because
Okay.
it just, no. I went there and I saw the culture and it's just not for me.
Really?
And I saw it very closely because I still have friends from the industry, like everyone.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just for me. I'm a very like, it was bad. It was not for me. So I said, no, I don't want to get into this. Plus social
But did
media
you think about
influences.
choreography and
Yeah,
industry?
and I blew up when I went to Mumbai, even more.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
in like 4 months, I crossed. I got 100K followers. I crossed 1 million on TikTok in that 1 year in India. I was booming, and then COVID hit, and I had to come back. And 3 months later, I started NKD. So the timelines are: I wasn't going to start a dance studio before I was 30.
Yeah.
Okay. But before
So this was in the pipeline. You had
it
this
wasn't.
plan.
My plan was to open a dance studio, but only when I was 30. I had all calculated. When I came here, I was too
Oh, I mean,
depressed.
that's very interesting. At that young age, you have all this, charted in your head.
Exactly. So I became a CEO when I was 25. I wanted it to be 30. But I was like, you know what, let's do this.
Yeah,
Because when I came here, I was too depressed. I was really sad. Because I really wanted to stay in Mumbai. If COVID didn't hit, I was still there. I would not be here.
And what do you think you would have been doing? I haven't
Same thing.
opened the studio there in Mumbai.
Yes.
I think you would have had a bigger, larger market,
Bigger,
right?
larger market for sure.
So is that what you're manifesting now?
For sure. So next plan is to open 2 more branches of NKD in the UAE.
Yeah.
And then 1 in Mumbai and in Delhi. And in Mumbai, I'm actually going literally in June to figure it out.
Yeah.
So
No, because I
Mumbai.
see on your stories, you keep saying that is something that you're planning to
For
do.
sure.
And that you want to move to India as well.
I really want to Mumbai.
It's very interesting. How do you think you will fit in Mumbai after having lived here?
I mean, for that 1 year, I was thriving. I love Mumbai. It's my favorite city ever. Like the vibes are different. And especially for someone like what I do.
What you do, definitely. I think it's the best place to be.
It was so good. I feel like everyone.
And also,
around
you
me
have
was in-
way more competition.
Exactly. But that's why, right? I
do
have
better.
already made my own niche. So
Yeah.
I don't look at competition. Firstly, I don't look at only anybody else. I'm my own competition. I only better myself. And I know people say this all the time, but I actually don't have the time to look at anybody else. So I don't
That
even
makes
know
sense.
who my
I think that
competition
does,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know who my competition is. I'm just thriving. I'm making new ideas for my studio. What will I do? What will I do? That's it.
And also, I think on your page, on your feed, you're slowly visualizing and actually making it work, making it happen. Your acting career as well,
Yes.
right?
And that's exactly what I'm doing on social media. Why should I go and like get into that culture?
So you don't see yourself on Netflix or Bollywood movies?
No, not at all. It's not my thing anymore. I'm going to bring Bollywood to my profile. That's enough. And it's reaching the masses. What more?
Yeah.
Like,
you're getting your audience.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So it's great.
So I mean, like talking to you and like having followed you for so long, there's no way I cannot like obviously on your feed and in your life, there's so much about your romance, about your love life. And and you have clearly spoken about how many heartbreaks and soul crushing experiences you've been through.
Yeah.
So after all of that, how easy was it to fall back in love?
It was not easy at all.
It wasn't.
No, not at all. I mean, I don't know how to. I've had the worst relationships that you can possibly. The worst. I'm saying I got the most. I'm sorry. I mean, I hope nobody or none of my exes watch this, but not all were bad.
But it should be easily okay for them to watch it as well,
I'm
right?
sure.
Yeah.
No, firstly, not all were bad. But I'm saying 99% were. I got the worst kind of men. Worst as in I was cheated on. They were just so emotionally unavailable. And I'm so emotional. I'm like, come on, give me. And I would do so much for them. It was horrible. I had the worst. And then after when I broke up, with my last ex before Mohawk. For 5 years after that, I was single.
For 5 years?
Yes.
Yeah. And so what happened in those 5 years?
I was working like a dog.
Okay. Kuto ki tarah main.
Literally, I was working like a dog.
So you put yourself completely.
And that's how I created the entire empire. And then Mohawk fell into my lap out of nowhere. I'm like, what is going on? And I did not want to date. Even then, I was very happy single. I was working because I don't want to give time to anybody else. I don't have the time. So I was like, why am I going to? I just want to work. I want to hustle. I want to.
Yeah.
But
you met him on
Hinge, on a dating app. And man, he's so hot. How can I let I'm like, now just because he's hot, I'll leave him. No, I'm joking. He's the best. After I met him, I realized, oh, this is how men treat women. I was like, what is going?
So what kind of relationship, clearly it's left assumptions, like what kind of relationship you would have been in before?
You can't imagine, they were that bad. Yeah. Not all, again, one or two boys were really good and plus I'm still friends with them.
You are, okay.
Yes.
And they're happy for you?
Very.
Do they feel insecure on Mohawk?
Not at all. Not at all.
Because I think that's done, right?
It's years ago. But the rest were like, it was horrible. It was very bad. And I've also it was the worst time of my life. And I don't know how Mohawk felt. And I was like, the best guy ever. He's so supportive of everything I do. He's so patient. He's the complete opposite of me.
So do you think he would be able to move with you to Mumbai?
Now that is, okay, now this is a very hard discussion because that is what we are talking about right now.
Yeah.
Those are the conversations that we are having right now.
Yeah, because I would assume it's so hard for someone in Dubai to go and set up something there.
He will
Imagine,
not. He will not move.
Yeah.
He will
That'll
not
be very
move.
difficult.
Yeah. No, we already know he will not move. But literally, now we're having this discussion on what to do. That is the conversation, the debate of that is going on right now.
So I'm like, it's so nice to see you so much in love, on your feet, in your life as well. Do you fear the evil eye? Because, mashallah, let's face it, you guys are such a hot couple, guys. Come on, we cannot deny that, right?
Definitely.
And, you seem so head over heels in love and it's so happy, we feel so happy to see that.
Yeah.
Saying like, oh my God, nazar nahi lagegi.
Definitely.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
That's all we think about because everybody keeps telling us, guys, nazar. In my comments, if I put up a reel with Mohawk, it'll all be nazar. All my followers are literally giving me the blue
eyes,
They don't want anyone to give us nazar. The thing is, I don't fear it, Like, nazar soch ke lagti. Matlab, nahi. I'm pretty religious. Not pretty religious, but I believe in God.
Yeah.
And jo karenge, wo karenge, yaar.
And also, I think you are probably in that frame of mind where, after all that you've been through, you actually believe and you're feeling so reassured and confident.
I'm so confident. I don't think anything can break us until we don't want to break.
Yeah.
God forbid.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't want to break. But the thing is, everybody's in love with us now. And they're kind of like...
exactly. It's such a cute
It's also
couple.
pressure. Because everybody's in love with us. And, I mean, we're just dating, guys. Everybody thinks, okay, they're like a married couple. People think he's my fiancé. But he's not. Which is a we
He's just clearing the air here.
Yeah. Everybody asks me, is he my fiancé? And we just blend together. But guys, please understand, it's only been a year since I've been dating him. We're very new. So anything can happen. So I just want to tell you that please don't have so many expectations and... inki to shaadi ho gayi rahegi. It's just been a year, guys. Even we are figuring each other out, right? So, yeah.
But then, to know that he's already on your feet so much, it's because you have that sense of comfort, right?
Yeah, because he's my boyfriend. And what's the point of hiding him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. You celebrate love.
Exactly. Yeah. And whatever happens later, it's okay.
Yeah, because I saw a couple of videos where you're saying, he's from London and I'll be moving. I thought you, if anything, rather than India, I would, think you were going to London.
I would never move to London.
No.
Never. And he knows that.
Have you been to London before?
No. I will. It's on my bucket list, but I will never move to London. And he knows that. Yeah. I cannot stay there.
No, I think London at this point is also mini Desi now.
For sure, but it's very scary to stay there.
It's very scary. I think anywhere, exactly why I come
back. Other than Dubai,
Yeah, having lived here, anywhere else to live is
very hard.
It's very hard.
For sure.
So how was your, how did you feel? When you saw his profile on Hinge. How was it when you saw him first?
Nothing. It was only physical attraction because all his photos, 4 of his photos out of 6 were topless. He wasn't wearing a shirt.
So is that why you chose that profile?
Yes, definitely.
Clearly, now, khalas, you've done with dating the heart and the person. Yeah, I just want to look.
But I was on Hinge not to date. He was my first date out of Hinge.
Okay.
For months. I was only there when I come home tired. I'd be like, oh, this was hot. Oh, this was not. Just for fun. I was swiping people left, right. I didn't go on a single date. Only with him. Our story is very interesting. So only with him, I saw like, damn, he's hot. Because 4 of us was without a shirt. I'm like, what are you doing? You're such a... I don't want to say the word, but I was like, what is wrong?
So did he take it off now? Have both of you taken off your profile from Hinge?
Yeah. I mean, the moment we became official, for sure. Now we're on Hinge anymore.
Now it's all exclusive.
All exclusive, definitely.
So, and then what do your parents think about this? You've said that like they're very...
they know. They want us to get married ASAP as parents. I'm like, please just relax. Every day it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You have to get married. I'm like, they're okay.
Because I think you have a lot of things planned for you.
Yes, my focus is only my career right now. See, honestly, it was very hard for him to take in, especially the parts where I'm probably dancing with guys. Probably because he's never been with someone who's done this profession. He's very chill. I mean, plus he's from London. His culture is like, you know. But this whole thing of when I'm like dancing with guys, he was like, whoa, okay. So it was obviously a little uncomfortable for him to see his girlfriend do all of this. But he was just so supportive. Like we had a whole... I still remember we had a 3-hour conversation about how I explained everything to him, and it was such a long conversation, but he explained and he understood.
Yeah.
He's very supportive.
So now I think, the deal is almost sealed. Inshallah.
No. Inshallah. Exactly, but no.
Inshallah. So now let's move on to a quick take segment, and it's going to be straight talk because a lot of people, they end up, giving me longer answers, and I'm totally happy with that.
Okay.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how romantic are you, Nidhi?
10, 11, 20.
Yeah, I would say 20.
Literally, I am killer romantic.
Oh,
yeah.
So sweet. And he's so lucky. How about him? Is that a secret?
4.
No, really?
5, maybe 4 or 5.
I think only one can
he's
survive.
He's not a romantic.
He's not.
He's just really nice, but his romance game is not that strong.
Not that strong yet. Probably he can fix it.
Yeah.
So a Bollywood movie, a Bollywood choreography that you think you could do best?
Deshamrang. I could make it better because it was not good.
You think so?
No, not at all. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I saw you did a reel on that as well,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, it's a very sexy song.
Yeah, it's a very sexy song, but I
song.
did not like the choreography at all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. An app you hate because you're on social media so much. An app you hate but use the most.
But I use the most.
Yeah.
An app I hate. Snapchat, TikTok.
Yeah, you're on like a lot of social media handles. Yeah.
I don't hate any app actually.
Yeah.
No, there's no hate. I love all the apps that I'm on. I'm only on the apps that I love.
But that's basically like most
TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube.
Yeah. So how was it when TikTok was banned in India? Did you miss out on
I
this
had a
follow?
heartbreak, but then I knew I was coming here. So
Okay.
I was lucky.
No, but then I think your audience on TikTok in India would have been lost.
Completely gone. 70% of my audience was Indian.
Yeah.
So now 70% of my audience is gone. I'm just trying to build it here.
So now you're on TikTok. You're still on
Yeah,
TikTok,
of course, I still use
right?
TikTok, yeah.
So how long can you go without your phone?
I can see everybody thinks I can't because I'm on my phone 24/7.
Yeah.
But I actually can.
You
If
can.
I'm like actually
have you been away from your phone?
Yes.
So when you said that you had this break, yeah.
Actually, no.
Yeah, actually no. So you don't really know if you have not
No, but
tested
I
this
can, yeah. If I'm with like Mohawk and if we're doing fun stuff, I can stay without my phone. I can.
So
I know I can.
When you had this breakdown, how long did it take for you to come back?
Nothing. The next day I started working again.
Back to social media?
Yeah. I don't have the time to cry. So many times on a day I'm crying and because I'm a very emotional person, but I just do this. I'm like, hey guys, that's my life. I'm used to it.
So it's not, you don't take a break, you don't take time out for yourself.
When I can, I do definitely, but otherwise, I don't have an option. So,
probably you could take a break from social media, right? No, you don't want to. Because I've also heard the algorithms play a lot in that manner.
Definitely. But I don't even care about that. It's just that I like being on social media. It's not that bad. It's not social media as such, it's just the amount of things I do. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. How much you're trying to pack in a day.
Exactly.
Like I said, like 24 hours is definitely not enough.
Yes, it's not.
Okay, so what's one quality you wish to give up on?
Give up on
Yeah.
how easily I can snap. Because I'm always stressed, so I can snap very easily. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of qualities, one quality you don't like in Mohawk.
His laziness. He's lazy. Yeah. I mean, he tries, but no, he's still very lazy.
How does Mohawk stand out from your previous exes?
In every way. In every damn way. Everything you can think of. Looks, he's the hottest. Nice human being, he's the nicest. Just loyalty.
Yeah.
Every tick box, he's the best. Everything is in the opposite.
So did you have all these did you have a checklist when you actually met Mohawk?
Not at all. I wasn't looking only to... I didn't want to meet only anybody.
So the moment you met Mohawk, this checklist was all ticked. And you had no reason to say no.
He's perfect. Exactly why. I had no reason to say no. I'm like, what am I doing? He's perfect. Touch wood.
Mashallah, mashallah. Yeah. So, and what would be a crazy fan story?
Oh, I have so many though. I don't even know.
A crazy one.
Not like a crazy. I mean, it's just that crazy fan stories are probably when I go to India and my followers literally travel cities to come see me.
Oh, really?
So
you have a larger following, you think, because you said you boomed after you went to India.
Yeah.
Do you have a larger following in India?
Definitely. India is like 5 times the size of Dubai. So definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the most craziest fan stories are like when I go to Mumbai and Delhi for my classes, people from Haridwar, Madhya Pradesh, Bihar come to just travel, just to do my work. So this year when I went to Delhi, people came from Haridwar, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh just to come see me in Delhi. So it's pretty overwhelming. So yeah, I think that's my most favorite part.
So that makes sense for you to actually start in India, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, and a big one. Will you share your big proposal with your Nidhis fam?
My big proposal, if he proposes to me.
Yeah. When, not if.
Oh, I mean, yeah, definitely. And he already has I don't know if I'm ever getting married, but if we do, I told him fuck, live stream it.
Really?
Live stream it to my audience. They are so invested into us.
Yeah, and you are also
I feel like
so.
Yeah, I feel like I deserve it, but maybe that might be too much. I mean, that was just a joke I made with him. You have to live stream it. You never know if he does it. Definitely sharing it. And he knows that he needs to, when he surprises me, he needs to have videographers. He needs to be fully there because it has to be on YouTube.
No way.
Definitely. That's not even a question. It will be.
So how do you feel about, where do you think you draw the line of sharing on?
Not at all. I have no line. I share everything with them.
So you are probably the first influencer that I've spoken to who's actually, one-on-one and has.
The thing is, because I'm the same like this and on social media. There's no difference in me. So I'm just see, the thing is, I'll tell you something. I am the most public private person. Mm-hmm. The world knows everything about me. But they still don't know what I choose not to share. So it's my private things nobody knows. The thing is, I don't have many private things. But then there are some very little. I choose what I share.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Which is everything in my life. So I'm just I'm literally the same social media now. That's why I'm let's tell them everything.
That's so sweet. I mean, that I think that is why your following or your family keeps growing, you have to say, right? Because it's almost like they're living with you,
literally, they are. Yeah. They are. Yeah.
So, and do you bring that same energy to your students as well?
Definitely. They are literally like a part of me now because I've been with them for a year and a half. So it's just,
okay. But what is something that you believe in?
Yeah.
A lot of people disagree with.
Wow. Okay. Something I believe in. Wow, this is a thinker. I don't know. Nothing's coming to my head. I think I promote a lot of working and a lot of
hustling.
Yeah, and I feel like obviously that whole hustle culture has a negative connotation to it. A lot of people say that Nidhi always promotes. I never get hate, by the way, touch wood. Never. As for my followers, zero hate.
Yeah, I would have wanted to ask you, but then when I went through your comments and everything, everyone's genuinely just posting hearts
hate.
and
Touch wood.
But that's also a rarity because they're so
rare. That's because of the connection that I have with them. I rarely get hate. But when I do, it's mostly about, Nidhi promotes toxic hustle culture and working. And I told them one thing. I was like, listen, I put out my journey. You don't want to work, don't work. But don't tell other people that want to work that, working this hard will not get you anywhere. It will.
It will.
It will.
Clearly, in your case.
It will. And this is from experience is why I'm sharing all of this. So, I mean, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. But there are people that disagree with the whole hustle culture. But I don't think I promote hustle culture. I put my mental breakdown out there. I now only talk about it, that please take breaks. It was something that I learned too and I shared it with them. Before I was like, I want to do this. And I did it and I got till here.
Yeah.
And then when I had my breakdown, I shared that too, that it's very important to take a break.
Yeah, it's very important to take a break.
Definitely.
Yeah. Especially because when you have these, so much pressure to constantly perform and churn out content.
Yeah.
But do you ever feel a content saturation?
Yeah, definitely. I feel it I think 5 times a month because I post every day.
Yeah.
So every day on 5 different platforms.
So how do you work on that?
Honestly, nothing. I'm a machine. I don't know what to tell you. I'm a machine. I just keep going. I don't even think about it.
So do you have other people providing content?
I have a team, and sometimes when I'm out of ideas, they tell me. But it's just I literally am a machine, and sometimes I feel so bad because sometimes I'm just I'm literally doing the same thing, which I've done before, and I'm but the thing is I don't know how to take a break to take fresh ideas, but I try. I think I'm a very creative person, so I feel like it helps me. So yeah.
Okay. So what is one fashion trend you don't get?
Any fashion I don't get. I am not a fashionable person at all.
Are you kidding?
I have zero fashion sense.
You always have these beautiful lehengas and the beautiful Western outfits.
That is all stylists and brands. They style me and it's all brands. I don't do anything.
So what is your personal signature style?
My joggers and my basketball jersey.
Or mehnat?
That's my merch, literally. Okay. And literally my basketball jersey that people, my followers said they put it for auction, it'll go for millions. That's the joke that they make.
Inshallah. That is where you intend to be.
I have zero fashion sense. I don't even know what to wear half the time. It's only my stylist brands that come tell me this is what to wear and I just wear them and I go. Nothing. Wow. I don't know anything about fashion.
So there's no trend that you aspire or you love to try?
I love. No. I'm not into fashion at all.
What are 3 traits that define Nidhi?
Hardworking.
Of course.
Perseverance, not stopping for anything, and emotional loving. Like I feel like love. I feel like I love a lot. Like I have so much love to give to everybody. So I feel like that. Yeah.
And Mohak is definitely lucky to be on the receiving end.
He really is.
He really is. Thank you so much, Nidhi, for your time today. It was lovely talking to you. And even after such a long day, I cannot but admire your energy and the chutzpah that you bring wherever you go. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
I'm so glad. Guys, this was so much fun. First, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being NKD and thank you for featuring NKD.
NKD, of course, and it's such a beautiful backdrop to have.
I know, right? Yeah. Thank you. And it was absolutely amazing. And thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.